Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this fine Friday morning? TGIF, to say the least. Well, let's see here. We've got that set up. Looks like we're moving in the right direction there. All right. We will not have Alex today, but I think we're going to have Dave, and I'm not sure about James, but we'll have to wait and see here. But it is Fitness or Health and Wellness Friday. So we will be having Dr. Glidden on the show later today and probably around the 9:30 hour. So get your questions ready for Dr. Glidden. He will be joining us today. And I'm sure that he is anxious to answer any questions that you might have. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Sam. What's happening?
Well, just kind of getting things going here. We won't have Alex today, so you and I are holding down the fort.
Oh, boy. We'll have to see how that goes.
Yep, exactly. Have you heard from James? Is he around?
James is going to try to be on, he said. So hopefully we see him. He's in the midst of traveling, and we'll see what that consists of.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just take it as it comes. Let's see here. All right. I think we're live on all the platforms. There we go. There. Oh, geez. Are you serious? Oh, my gosh.
I finally feel safe coming out because Alex isn't here. So.
Is that the one that got away with him?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Exactly.
This is a terrible look for me, the way it looks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's say some good mornings here. Who do we have with us this morning? Let's see. Mary Lise Brown is here. Good morning, Mary Lise. Sherry, happy Friday from East Tennessee. Boy, that's a mouthful. Good morning, Sherry. Lee is here. Wendy J. Good morning, Wendy J. Well, native San Diegan said, howdy doody time. Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? Wendy is here. Joy. Good morning, Joy. Hitesh. Hits is here. Pure Blood Holly Johns is here as well. Oh, morning all. I was wondering what it said. It said morning all, and then it had two icons next to it, but it looks like it's just hearts. I don't know. Nut is here. Grand rising to you too, Nut. Chris Romano. And there he is, Brian. Good morning, Brian. Rick Sr.'s here. Charlie's here. Benji 1959. Big Ben is here as well. PJ Party said she can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Huh, that's weird. You might have to go out and come back in, Peggy. I'm not sure. Cindy Hayden 59. John Gwynn, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you as well, John. And you will not have your nemesis, Alex, here today. So we're going to try and pick up the slack there. Joe Lynn is here. Good morning, Joe Lynn. Kathleen Garcia, Andrea Lynn, 81. Gary Murphy is here as well. AJMCSJ. Ty Nutter over on Facebook. Good morning, Ty. Deb S. just popped in. Good Friday afternoon from Central Massachusetts. Oh, my goodness. Charlie's here. Hey, Charlie. Who else we got in here? All right. I think I got everybody covered. It is Friday, so people are probably getting a jump on their weekends. I wouldn't blame them. But we will be having Dr. Glidden on at about 9:30, so if you want to keep an eye out for him too, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Let's see. Christy B. from Hayesville, Kansas just popped in. Good morning, Christy. All right, so I guess I am going to start, and I'm going to do the indices this morning since, Joe Lynn, thank you for all the gifts. I will be doing the indices since Alex is out and about today. Let's see here. Oh, boy, that's the wrong screen. There it is. Okay. So first up, we have the Dow Jones is up 106 points to 47,957. The NASDAQ is up 67 points. Another one that I always track is DJT, Trump's company, and that's down a little bit today. The S&P 500 is up 16 points, so that's all looking good. And I firmly believe that either Truth Social will merge with Twitter or X is going to merge with Truth Social. I don't know which one, but just a hunch I have Whether or not it actually comes to fruition or not, your guess is as good as mine. Sassy Minnesota girls here. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Let's do some cryptocurrencies. Let's see where we're at today. So Bitcoin is down 3% to 88,844. And I would encourage everyone not to panic. This is normal for Bitcoin. It's an up and down deal. Hey, happy Friday to you too, Ben. Thanks for that. So don't panic, at least not in my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just what I think is very, very normal. Charlie, thank you for the sparklers. Ethereum is down 4% to 3,032. XRP is down 4% to $2.04. Moving on to gold and silver prices. Let's see what we have here with gold and silver today. It's been a roller coaster, that's for sure. Uh-oh, John Gwynn. Gold is up $9.70 to $4,236. Is it nervous time at this point, John? I don't know. We'll see. Silver is at $58.75, up $1.37. I think that's the one to really keep an eye on. And palladium is up 90 cents at $1,493. Moving on to Q drops. So there was quite a few Q drops today. It was 29 drops today. And I'm only going to highlight a couple of them because obviously we don't have the time to go through and identify each one. But from December 5th of 2018, Q asks, what do you want for Christmas? Now, I saw Patriot Underground, who I follow as well, posted, all we want for Christmas are arrests. And I have to agree with him. I think he's right on target with that. And then Q drop number 275 from December 5th of 2017. This is only a couple of months after Q started dropping. It said, plus fly plus. Banks control governments. Governments control people. Saudi Arabia, SA, which I think is Saudi Arabia, controls elected people. Soros controls organizations of people. Are we ready to play Q? Now, there's a lot of information there. But again, we are in the middle of an exposure operation, the likes of which has never been seen in this, certainly not in America anyway. So it is just wonderful to see that. Hey, Hokey Gigi just showed up. Hey, Hokey, glad you could make it. Kathleen Patchke just showed up over on Facebook, and David Morales is here with us on YouTube. Good morning, David. And I see you came on at 1700 Greenwich Mean Time. Exactly. All right. John Gwynn said, buy the dip. Only my opinion. Well, I think you're right on target there, John. Pure Blood Holly John said, gold and silver are in the green. Yes, they are. Oh, and look who's here. Kelly Thurman, too. Now, everybody, I don't know if you all remember, but we were talking a couple of weeks ago about cowboy candy. Ooh, nice bee. Thank you. And I had never tried it. Well, Kelly reached out to me. And look at what she sent me. I hope I can get this in the camera here. She sent me a homemade batch of cowboy candy. I am so excited to try it. I didn't want to open them yet because I wanted to be able to show everybody, but apparently they have to be refrigerated after you do that. So I'll be trying them today. And then she also sent pickly pear habanero sauce. Now, I'm assuming you just put it on whatever you want, but oh my gosh, I am so excited. I actually called Kelly yesterday and thanked her I called her and thanked her on the phone in person, and what an absolute treat. Thank you so much, Kelly, and thank your husband for doing what he did. I don't know who does the actual canning but it sounds like he did the habanero, and I'm just so excited to try it. I can't wait. Thank you again. Let's see. Hit said it's a long-term game. Buy and hold, not financial advice, just my thoughts. 100% Hits. I agree. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And people are going to see that over time. Blondie said, I'm singing. It's finally Friday. Yes, it is finally Friday, Blondie. Towie Bixby's here. Good morning, Towie. Oh, Charlie, thank you for the happy Friday. Doug Rice says, I want $1,000 silver price for Christmas. Oh boy, that's not. Are we going to have another steak bet here? I don't know. Oh my goodness. Let's see. When he said try the cowboy candy. Now, no, I can't because it might not be able to speak afterward. I don't know.
No, it's not hot at all. You won't be able to stop.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're mild. You don't taste any hot. It's just it's crazy.
Kathleen Garcia said that will singe your nose hairs. I don't know. I'm with Chili Head, and I have been from a very, very young age. My dad was, God rest his soul, was a big chili person, and I got it from him. I mean, I eat jalapenos and habaneros raw with my meals. I just love them. I don't know what it is about it, but I just dig it. Hey, Richard Pacente just showed up over on YouTube. Good morning, Richard. So before we move to Dave's report, we are having some issues with the algorithm on TikTok. Nobody seems to know exactly what's going on, but if you would, Bayern said cowboy candy goes great with pulled pork. Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm gonna have to try that. But if you're on TikTok, please share this live out throughout the show. We're trying to break this TikTok algorithm. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. Ooh, what was that? Mary Lise Brown sent us bouncing spear. Wow, that was cool. Anyway, if you would share out the show continuously throughout the show. If you're on X, YouTube, Facebook, or Rumble, do the same over there. I don't know what's going on with the algorithms, but we're just trying to break out of it, and that would be really appreciated if you would. All right, Dave, what do you got for us here? I don't have to bring you up on screen. You're already there.
No, we're split even here. No, market's down on the weekend or for the row crop. Corn is down 2, soybeans down 8 to 9 across the board. Wheat is down 2 to 4. Cattle's up 0.3%. Hogs are up 0.7%. Lots of stuff are happening with the Trump administration on the diesel exhaust fluid. We hit on a little bit yesterday, but that is going to be huge across the board on for the farmers. They are not getting rid of it yet, but it's the start of it. The new guidance for the 2026 models, or 7 models and 26 models, are going to be, they're going to give it, instead of a short, hard shut off, if you get low on DEF, it's going to be a longer term. It's intended to prevent costly downtimes for farmers, truckers, and construction workers. So it's always a good thing. And then when you get into a certain realm, you have to have the mechanics from the company come out, bring the computer out, reset the numbers and all that stuff if it gets that bad.
So the newer tractors are not self-serviceable. You actually have to have somebody come out. See, that's another thing even with the vehicles today. When I was when I was 14, 15, 16, I built my first drag race car. I had a 71 Roadrunner with a 383 block, 440 heads. It was ported, polished, and CC'd, dual quad tunnel ram intake. I ran 456 gears in the back, and it turned a 12-second quarter mile. And I did it all. I tore the engine apart. I put it back together. There was no computers back then. And I just think this is part of that bureaucracy BS that they have. In fact, look who we have. We have Best Line Racing is here. Hey, Perry, glad you could make it.
Dual quads, huh? That's the last time you had dollar gas, if I remember right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Especially here in California. Yeah, dual quad tunnel ram. In fact, I remember when I put it all together and I finally got it done. And there was a place called Union Pacific. It was called Union Pacific Railroad, but it was a long stretch of really even road. So that's where I'd go and I'd test it. And because of back then, it was a dual quad tunnel ram. So it means that it sat about 12, 14 inches off the top of the motor. And when you couldn't just go out and buy linkage for that, which is the linkage that attaches the accelerator to the carburetors. So I remember testing it the first time, and I had jury rigged something just to make it work. And I hit it, and it just took off, and it stuck wide open. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I hit the brakes quick, and it jarred the car enough that it caused the linkage to go forward. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have blown the motor. I don't know, but
you probably wouldn't have been sitting here.
Yeah, exactly.
Of that too.
Exactly. But again, it was, you could work on them yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that buy these older vehicles specifically for that reason. And in fact, I've seen video of specific governmental organizations that have a whole fleet of 50s and 60s cars because there is no computer attached to them. So yep. I'm telling you, that was interesting to say the least.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. All right, let me see here. Hold on one second. All right, there we go. Oh, got my volume down. There we go. All right. Let's see who else. So again, Best Line Racing is here with us today, Perry, and we will be having a new sponsor introduction on Monday. Now, I'm not going to tip it off. Well, I think some people probably already know, but if you went to my website, you would see our new sponsor already. But in the meantime, we're going to have our new sponsor with us as a guest on Monday. Hope you all can make it for that. Donna Fox is here. Vicky Veronica is here. Martin's WB said DEF is terrible for diesel engines. Yeah. Jason Coons is here. Hey, Jason. Leonard Little said, Sam, I did the same thing. I had a 66 Ford Galaxy 390 high performance. I built it myself. Exactly. Back in the days when we could, right, Leonard? I agree 100%. Tanya Moonsheimer's here. Doug Rice said, dual quads are very thirsty. Yeah, they are. Like Dave said, back then it was $1 a gallon and we were freaking out. Could you imagine now? Sue B is here. Good morning, Sue B. Jeep Olo said, 1976, I graduated. 69 cents a gallon. Exactly. Martin's WB says, I have a 2012 6.7 no def needed. Interesting. I think Alex said that he had done that with one of his vehicles, right?
Yeah, he put a 5.3 LS motor, is preparing to go into his Blazer, I do believe.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Blondie said a kill switch helps. I know it does, but I was 16 years old and I didn't know my rear end from a hole in the ground. Simon said, hi Sam, I have a 1968 Chevy SS 396. Worked all summer. Exactly. That was the best thing.
It's hey Sam, with all these old cars, it sounds like this new sponsor is going to fit right in place.
Exactly. In fact, everybody, Best Line Racing is in the chat right now. If you would go and click on his link and follow him on TikTok. He's also on X. No, yeah, not well, X it's coming, but he's on Rumble, he's on YouTube, and he's on Instagram and Facebook. But if you would go and follow him on TikTok right now, let's give him some support. Wildlife fan said, my 46 Chevy truck is still running. Exactly. Morning, Mr. Smith is here. Melissa Flinner is here. She said, I was 5 years old at 76. Don't rub it in, Melissa. I get it. Don't rub it in. D just showed up. Good morning, D. Excuse me. Hey, Brian Dellett is here. So Brian, everybody, is going to be joining us on the show in the very near future, but we have to get him up to 250 followers. He's an Army vet. He is a very well-known actor, and he is on TikTok. It's brian.dellett.1. You can see him in the chat. Please go give him a follow right now. We need to get him up to 250. He's doing some wonderful things for the veterans, which he is one of. Please, brian.dellett.1. Let's give him a follow. Magic is here. Good morning, Magic. Oh, Wendy J saying hi to Brian. Yeah, so go follow brian.dellett.1 and go follow Best Line Racing, please. All right, let's see here. Dave, let's move into some stories here. So in another Trump victory, the cabinet manufacturer Wellborn is investing $30 million and creating 400 new jobs. Apparently, the facility is in Ashland, Alabama. More winning, just like I titled for the Dispatch this morning. What do you make of it?
Well, they don't have a choice. They have to come over here. This is going to be the hottest spot on earth. The new plant spans 250,000 square feet. Exciting to see bringing that over to Alabama and putting the American people to work.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Lisa Piquel's here. Hey, Lisa. MN Citizen is here as well. Morning, MN. So we've all heard about all the news about the 2021 DNC and RNC pipe bomb suspect. Now, there's really only two ways to look at this. Number one, the corrupt administration prior to President Trump was not willing to find out who it was, right? Or what do we think some of the other options could be here? I mean, the fact that they found this guy just a few months after Kash Patel took over the FBI tells you something hinky is going on there. What do you make of it, Dave?
Yeah, I seen Dan Bongino talk about that a little bit last night. He said there wasn't any new information. it was just to dig deep and go a little deeper into the information. There was some guys talking about the excuse of why they didn't follow through was it didn't fit their narrative.
Of course. Of course.
So, because it was a lefty and all that other stuff. So we'll see what they come out of it. There's a lot of people hitting on both sides right now trying to slow that information as it comes out.
Exactly. And they've been doing this. I mean, again, you all know where I stand on this. I don't believe for a second that Biden had any real control. He was put there for a reason to show the people. So as we move forward and we expose more and more of this information, the declassification of this information, we are going to see some crazy, crazy things happen as we go forward. All right, moving on. So the CEO of Ford, Jim Farley, said that President Trump terminating Biden's CAFE standards is a victory for affordability and common sense. We'll be able to launch new vehicles built in America that are more affordable because of this rule change. It's what we were just talking about, Dave. It's ridiculous that you buy a vehicle and you have to have the manufacturer come out and service it. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's the same thing with so many different things right now. The governmental control, it's got to go away. And this looks like it's the first step in the right direction. What do you think?
Yeah, it's about getting rid of the red tape and running with it, just like the old days. That was the boom of the 1930s, 40s, and 50s in the United States. This Ford was facing potential fines of $1 billion due to their difficulties in meeting the aggressive targets of the Biden administration. So this is huge, like $1 billion fine that the government was going to fine Ford, where they can now put this into research and development and producing cheaper and lower price automobiles for the United States and the world.
Right. Exactly. Sassy Minnesota girl said that Biden was installed. Exactly. Selected, not elected, in my opinion. Hey, Lisa Maria just showed up. Well, good morning, Lisa. Martin WB said Bam Bam was absolutely installed. Exactly. Oh, there we go. All right. Blondie said they only looked for 2 bombs, didn't lock down DC. Good point. Mr. Smith said the Toyota Helix. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Dave?
Yes, looked at it last night. The Toyota Helix is a $15,000 truck with no bells or whistles, plain Janie that they run in Australia and a few other places. That it's an amazing looking truck that is going to be coming over here. A $15,000 truck,
like a pickup truck or an SUV.
Yeah, I'll bring a picture of it up. Yeah, it's a pickup truck.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't even know about that. Wow, thanks, Mr. Smith. Yep. Red Rosie just showed up. Squiggly 77 here. Beaver said I had a '69 Chevelle convertible, 350, 4 on the 4, very quick. Oh man, I wish you still had that. I wish I still had my Roadrunner. Glenn said Biden was an actor puppet for Obama. Well, but I don't think Obama was calling the shots. I think it goes much higher than that. Benji 1959 said, "Bring on the flying cars." Exactly, Ben. And I don't know if you guys all saw Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on. This was a few weeks ago. And he was talking about his new car, and Joe Rogan kept pushing him. Is it going to fly? Is it going to fly? And Elon just kept dodging the question, but he said it'll be he said something to the effect of, if you took all of the 007 cars and put them all into one, it would surpass that car. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm sure excited to see that.
Well, I think that's supposed to be in before the end of the year, I believe, is what Elon was saying. So
yeah,
we don't have much time left. So
exactly.
To see.
Well, and he never really committed to that. He said he hoped that they'd have it out by the end of the year. Well, we'll have to wait and see. RIO over on YouTube said, "I'm loving my 71 Mustang convertible." Good for you. Drive it in good health. Good deal. Native San Diegan said, "I missed my 3 on the tree." Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that term in a long time. 3 on the tree. Oh my goodness. PJ Party said, "Who will do traffic control in the skies?" Well, I don't think it's coincidental that President Trump has put a lot of time and a lot of money into the air traffic controlling offices. I don't think it's just to maintain the commercial airline industry. I think there's much more to it. And I think that's part of how the air traffic control combined with AI is going to solve that issue. And that's just my opinion. Jammer 4575 said is here from North Dakota. Did you find that picture, Dave?
I did. I just can't bring it up.
How come?
My cheap old phone isn't working for me.
Come on, man. You gotta just, you know what? You gotta crack open that wallet. That's it.
You can't really see it. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, it looks like a nice vehicle.
Yeah, it's a little $15,000. I was reading up on it last night.
What kind of towing capacity does it have, or does it have any?
Oh, I'd imagine it doesn't have a lot. But as for a truck and affordability, 2.8 turbo diesel. It says and it does 4-wheel drive, 6-speed, towing capacity 7,716 pounds. So that's right along everything, I think.
Wait a minute, how many pounds are towing?
7,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
For 15 grand?
Yeah, and the price, let me look it up here.
Let's go. 15 grand for a truck that'll pull 7,000 pounds?
Okay, the U.S. reported to start around 32,000.
Oh, 32,000.
Yeah, it started around 34,000 in Australia, is what it's saying. So, but comparable, I don't know where you find a $32,000 truck anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually. Oh, our way over on YouTube is Crystal Zeski. Oh, I didn't realize that was you, Crystal. Okay.
You know, you can't find a Duramax or anything like that under 100,000 hardly anymore.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
three-quarter ton pickup.
Exactly. Pure Blood Holly John said, "Sweet, cheap ranch hand truck. Yay!" Exactly. Oh my gosh. Valerie James is here. All right. Well, let's get through the rest of these stories. We're going to bring Dr. Glidden up here shortly. So, President Trump ordered approval for what he called a mini K card, KEI. Apparently, this is some sort of vehicle that's manufactured in Japan. Oh, is that it there, Dave?
Yep. That's
Look
it
at you
there.
on top of it, man.
I got it. I had to get a picture of that.
Wow, that's cool. I wonder how much those are going to go for. Do you know?
Well, it's not going to be $32,000.
No.
It's a Matchbox on wheels over there, but for small city driving and everything, it's huge over there. You know.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it kind of reminds me of the smart cars, but actually it looks a little bigger than the smart car, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, or a Yugo. You know, the Yugo made a 4-door.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, called the Wego.
Get out of here! You're so full of it. I fell for that hook, line, and sinker, didn't I?
That's right. Yeah, the K cars. Yeah, of the '80s. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Chrysler products.
Yeah, I forgot about the K. That was a cluster. Those are the worst cars. and I'm a Mopar guy. I mean, from way back. All right. Well, U.S. senators are seeking to block NVIDIA sales of advanced chips to China for 30 months. What do you make of that, Dave? What do you think? Why do you think they're doing that?
Dragging their feet, having the upper hand. No different than selling a lower version F-16 or a lower version anything to any competitors to have the upper hand. No doubt about that. Positivity.
Yep, exactly. So I don't know if you guys all heard this or not, but apparently Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers Studios, some multi-billion dollar deal. And what I find interesting is typically entertainment people are usually left and liberal. Well, Halle Berry came out in reference to Governor Newsom, and she said the way he has overlooked women, half the population, by devaluing us, he probably should not be our next president. Now, I couldn't agree with her more. I mean, you just have to look at the state of California to see whether or not he would be a good candidate. But in fact, you know what? Let's do a survey. If you think Newsom is going to be in the running, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think he's going to be in the running, put a 2 in the chat. 1, he's in the running. 2, he won't be. I'm interested to see what everybody has to say about that. Benji1959 said 2. Mr. Smith 2. Joy 2. Bobby 2. Valerie James 2. Little Man 2. Hope 2. MN Citizen 1. Lee 2. Martins WB 2. Charlie 2. Towie Bixby 1, Jason Coons 2, Brenda 1, Blondie 2, Doug Rice 2, Jackie 2, Hits, a whole bunch of 2s, Beaver 2, Dave 1, Crystal Zeski 1, unfortunately, Steve Second 2, Sue B 1, John Gwynn 2, Hokey Gigi 2, Free to Be Me, of course, Free to Be Me, had to put a 3 in there because Alex isn't here, I guess, right? So it looks like it's a pretty mixed bag. I mean, he may run, but I can't imagine for a second that he would get elected. Now, if he's selected, that would be a different story, but hopefully we'll have the paper ballots in place by then.
And I agree with you, Sam, but who the hell else do they got? They're talking about Gretchen, what's her name, from Michigan?
Nobody.
That-
They're done.
That she told everybody else they had to sit down during COVID and they went out voting in Florida?
Yeah, the
Like-
Democratic Party, they're done. They're done.
Right.
Kathleen Paschke said over on Facebook said 2, and Julie Banks over on YouTube said 2 as well. Interesting. All right, well, let's move on. So, Defender of the Republic over on X, and I would encourage everyone to go over and follow her. She is very, very sharp. Anyway, she highlighted a post from DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, and it was retruthed by the White House. And all it simply said was, this winter, the forecast calls for ice. Ho, 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 ho. What do you make of it, Dave?
Well, it's like we talked yesterday. Governor of Illinois said you're not coming into this state. They did. Same concept in Denver, and we're going to be knocking on the door in Minneapolis and across everywhere else. They're coming through. They're cleaning out.
100%.
Got 2 million running out of the southern border right now, and they're loading them up as we speak.
Exactly. So President Trump, the president of peace, once again, came out and made an agreement with Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, aimed at stabilizing the region for Western mining investment. I mean, how anybody could not see the positives that President Trump has been doing, is doing, and will be doing is beyond me. It has to be TDS. What do you think, Dave?
Oh, it's same thing. You know, the Congo has their minerals are copper, lithium, gold, and diamonds. Of course, that's going to fit right in the narrative of where we're moving through with chips and AI and everything else. So it's a positive for both sides.
Yep, 100%. And then our last story today, before we bring on Dr. Glidden, I thought I saw him in the chat. Doc, if you're out there, put me in or hit the chat, would you? Joe Rogan had Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, on the show, on his podcast, and they were talking about the necessity and the inevitability of small nuclear reactors. Now, this nuclear reactor and nuclear energy has been all over the narratives for the last several months. Dave, anything in particular you think is interesting with that?
Well, I know we've been talking about that, and it's a positive across the board. You know, unlike your house, unlike businesses where the energy needs are fluctuate through the day and during the nighttime, AI needs a constant carbon-free power 24/7, consistent across the deal, and that's why they use so much energy. So that's the positive of having nuclear energy on hand in front in the hall closet. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the way they're moving.
Exactly. Oh, shoot, it's sponsors. Real quick here, everybody, before we bring Dr. Glidden on, our sponsors, MyPillow, go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM. Dr. Julian Neal Naturopathic, go to nealnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, you'll get a 20% discount. And lastly, of course, Dr. Peter Glidden, go to my website, samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner. He has a website that you can literally ask him any question you can think of and get an answer for it. If you, for yourself, your kids, your grandkids, do yourself a favor, use the code SAM and you get a 30% discount.
And
All
what's
right.
that new one? And what's that new one coming?
I'm not gonna say yet. But he will be with us on Monday. So everybody, hope you're here on Monday. We have a new sponsor, and he's very well versed in what he does. And I think you're going to find it very interesting. All right, let's see if we can find Dr. Glidden here. I could have sworn I saw him.
Yeah, he was in.
Or did he leave? Doc, if you're there, can you put something in the chat so I can pull you up? Because I'm not seeing you in the list. Oh, there he is. Okay, hold on. There we go. All righty. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Glidden.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. How is it going?
It's going well, man. We're shaking and baking is what we're doing. We're doing a good job so far. How's your ankle feeling?
Oh, it's about 45% better. The swelling is greatly reduced. I can walk a lot further without using the, I can walk a lot further.
Yeah, good.
But it's a critical time now because as it starts to heal, I don't want to stay off of it. I want to get up and move around and do things. And that's not the greatest idea in the world. So I have to chill for a couple more weeks. I should be 100%.
Have you been keeping it immobilized or no?
I've been lying down, watching TV and working on the computer for 13 days now. I'm losing my freaking mind.
Oh, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal.
But I mean, it's, what are you going to do? 5 seconds that changed my life. It's much better though. And once I'm on the other side of this, I'm going to put the protocol that I use to speed up the recovery on the website. And that's one of the things that I'd like to talk about real quickly here. Plus I have a surprise offer for your followers. So if you go to Google right now, you can find a Google Health expert on just about anything, and most of it is nonsense. My colleagues and I are licensed physicians. 8 years of schooling, plus licensure, plus continuing education in order to become a licensed naturopathic physician in the U.S. And I've been doing this for 37 years now. And the information that I bring to bear, that I offer to the public, is science-based and clinically verified. It's not flavor of the month, echinacea cures everything. It's not that. It's not Google Health Coach BS. This is what licensed holistic physicians have seen be effective for a majority of individuals who have been diagnosed with certain things. And that was what makes me unique. And this from the shameless Department of Self-Promotion, because look, man, this is not who has the best football team. This is not an argument about which automobile is the best buy for your money or whether you should buy Bitcoin or something else. This is science-based, clinically verified, academic, non-arguable stuff. You've got asthma, okay, do this. This is what works for most people most of the time. Your kid's got croup, okay, do this. Because this is what has been proven to be most effective in clinical settings through the advocacy of licensed naturopathic physicians most of the time. That's why this information is important, I think. Of course, I would think it's important, but once
any logically thinking, critically thinking person, Doc, would agree with you.
100%. Now, look, I have an offer, okay, until midnight tonight. I just put it in the back end of my office 5 minutes ago. Because a bunch of people couldn't get into the live Q&A that we had the last time, a week ago or whenever we did it. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm giving a 50% discount on a yearly subscription until midnight tonight.
Wow.
And the coupon code to get that is CURE with a capital C. So go to my website through Sam's link, purchase a yearly subscription. Now, normally the yearly subscription is $400 a year. With this discount, it's $199.97 per year. That comes out to 55 cents a day.
Wow.
55 cents a day. The discount is only available on the yearly plan. It's one and done. It's not going to repeat itself next year, but you're going to have a full year's access to all of the information on my website all of the time, which, by the way, includes 2 hours of live Q&A with me every week. Every week. Yeah. As a subscriber, it's 2 hours of live Q&A. That beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. So go to my website through Sam's link, purchase the yearly subscription, and when you're in the checkout process, there's a little coupon code box. Type in CURE with a capital C. You'll get 50% off the annual subscription.
Excellent.
And, Let's change the world, man.
And we are one podcast at a time. 100%. 100%. Thank you for that offer, Doc.
I also have a life hack that I want to share with your listeners. Because a lot of the things that I talk about, and I just kind of had a wake-up call the other day. A lot of the things I talk about are like global things. Like this is why allopathic, MD-directed pharmaceutical centrist medicine fails. This is why holistic medicine, naturopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine succeeds. It's the big picture stuff. Well, I've got some little picture stuff for you right now. Here's a life hack if you're having trouble sleeping through the night. Okay, one is for the courageous and one is for the less courageous. If you are courageous and you have a bathtub, it requires a bathtub. You fill the bathtub up with about 6 inches of cold water. And I mean cold water.
This isn't going to include any leather and latex, is it, Doc? Because if it is, I think we're going to have to switch off right now. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's only in California. Now, if you live in some place like Arizona and it's impossible to get cold water out of the tap, it's a lukewarm water, this fix requires cold water. So if the water out of your tap is not cold, you got to get a bag of ice and you got to put it in the cold water, okay? Then you sit most people don't have bathtubs big enough that they can, lie out prone in it. So you sit in the tub with your legs extended. Woo-hoo-hoo, it's cold, baby. You swish your legs back and forth like this to get the water to slosh over your lower extremities for about 1.5 minutes. And, you yell and you scream and you recite the Our Father out loud as much as you can just so you can handle it. And then, if you can handle it, you slide your torso down into the water and you slosh around so the cold water goes over the chest. The whole thing from start to finish, 3 minutes.
Oh.
Then get out of the tub, dry yourself off, put your pajamas on, go to bed.
Over the years, Doc, I've heard a lot about cold plunge and the benefits that can produce. That's essentially the same thing you're talking about, right?
Yes, but this is specifically for sleep. Most of the way that people have been trained to use cold plunge is, post-workout to reduce recovery time and speed up the healing of the tissues, and it's a good thing. There's a lot of applications for the cold plunge here, but this is specifically to help you get a better night's sleep. Now, for the less courageous, or if you don't have a bathtub.
Or if you're 6'3", 220 pounds, and you can't fit in the bathtub.
You got a bucket of water that's deep enough so that you can put both of your feet in it and the water level is up over your ankles. Again, cold water, with or without ice, I don't care, but it's got to be cold. It's got to be like 70 degrees cold. It's cold water, all right? 3 minutes, your bare feet are in the ice cold water for 3 minutes. You take your feet out, you dry the bottoms of your feet off on a towel, but you let the rest of the foot air dry. So, walk around the house for a minute or two, let it air dry. Then get into bed, and 5 will get you 10. You're going to have a really good night's sleep.
Oh, so you do it immediately before you go to bed?
Yeah, either one of these you do immediately before bed.
Got it.
The bathtub or the foot plunge.
I'm going to try 45 seconds in the snowbank tonight.
Yeah, well, that'll work. Now, it's funny you should mention that because they're in the wonderful world of naturopathy. There's a system of medicine which is really underutilized by many people. It's called hydrotherapy, right? The therapeutic application of water. And before the hostile takeover of medicine in the early 1900s by the Carnegies and the Rockefellers, the busiest medical clinic west of the Mississippi was a naturopathic clinic in Spokane, Washington. It was the busiest medical clinic west of the Mississippi in the early 1900s. It was run by a doctor named O.G. Carroll, and 90% of what Carroll did was hydrotherapy. That's all he did. Different applications of water to different parts of the body for different amounts of time, hot and then cold, or just hot or just cold. There were a number of different iterations of how to do it depending on what the therapeutic goal was. But O.G. Carroll, his practice was extremely successful. Why was it extremely successful? Because it got results. And it was just with water. And yeah, there were dietary change also, but there was no homeopathy, no botanicals, no nothing, just water. And it's a remarkable thing to experiment with and to try out on your own, the therapeutic application of water.
Interesting. Thanks, Doc. So look who we have here. We have Truther here from the UK today. Haven't seen you in a while, Lindsay. Glad you made it. Doc, we had a question in here from Pitch. What's the best thing for high blood pressure?
Fire your medical doctor. All right. First of all, again, this from the shameless Department of Self-Promotion. I have a really good exposition of high blood pressure on my website for my subscribers, but I'll give you the cliff notes. Most people who have been told they have high blood pressure do not, in fact, have high blood pressure. Because over the last 40 years, the American Medical Association has lowered the numbers for acceptable blood pressure levels. They've lowered them. Why did they do that? To sell more blood pressure meds. And also, most people, so as far as I'm concerned, which is the correct way to look at this, you are not hypertensive. You do not have high blood pressure until the upper number and the lower number are elevated. Both of them are elevated above a baseline, which I'll tell you in a minute, 3 times in a row. The baseline is 140 over 90. So, for instance, it's got to be 145 over 95, or 147 over 92, or 150 over 100, whatever. It's got to be over. The top number has to be over 140, and the bottom number has to be over 90 3 times in a row. If that happens, then you are hypertensive. But here's what happens in the US and the UK. You'll go to the doctor's office. They put the paper, gown on you. You're sitting on the cold exam table. You're a little nervous. The nurse comes in, takes your blood pressure. One of the numbers is elevated above 120. The top number is elevated above 120. They write it down as hypertensive. And once it's in your medical chart that you have high blood pressure, it stays in your medical chart forever. You've got high blood pressure as far as the pharmaceutical industry is concerned and the short-sighted medical doctors are concerned. So I don't think blood pressure is as big of a thing as it is. And the easiest way to measure your blood pressure accurately, you get a blood pressure cuff, you take it to the firehouse. You have the firemen, when they're, not out on a call, take your blood pressure with their equipment and take your blood pressure with your equipment and see if the results are equivocal, because you got to know your machine is accurate. Once you have an accurate machine, you measure your blood pressure 3 times in a row between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. before the noonday meal. That's a circadian rhythm thing. So you measure your blood pressure once, you count to 30, you measure it again, you count to 30, you measure it a third time, and you only pay attention to the third and final reading.
Interesting.
If you do that, you will have an extremely accurate understanding of what your real blood pressure is. And most people will be surprised. Now, if you do that and you are hypertensive, it is over 140, over 90, 3 times in a row, then the first thing to consider is it is a simple calcium and magnesium deficiency syndrome. So you need to get a really bioavailable type of calcium and magnesium. And the best one I've seen in 37 years of clinical work is the Beyond Osteo FX by Eiffel Health. Beyond Osteo FX. It's hands down, it's the best calcium deliverer and magnesium deliverer I've ever seen. Nothing else even comes close to it.
Right. Now, Doc, there's some people in the chat that are asking about that offer you just made. So the offer is a 50% reduction on a membership to Dr. Glidden's website. Go to my website, samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button. It'll take you to his website. The password, or I should say the code is CURE with a capital C, C-U-R-E. And that'll get
And it's
you
only for a yearly subscription. It's not for the monthly. It's 50% off the yearly.
Right.
Because
And it's only good till midnight, right, Doc?
Yeah, I'm taking it away at midnight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So it is capital C-U-R-E. Oh, look at people in there. Mr. Smith said, before sleep. Yes, you want to do that cold plunge or the cold protocol before you go to sleep. Hey, Jody Singleton 8 just made it. PJ Party said, just got my vitamins and mineral stuff. Thanks, Doc. Exactly. And that's another thing. The products that Doc is talking about, if you go to my website, click on Get Your Supplements, that'll take you to the website. Now, if you have any questions, if you don't remember the names of those, you can always call, text me, message me, whatever it is, and I'll do my best to respond to everybody that does. But you want to get the Healthy Start Pack, right, Doc?
Yep, it's called Healthy Start Pack in 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals. You want to put those 2 things together, and you are off to the races. These are the most effective nutritional supplements I've seen in 37 years of clinical work. And, somebody has to be number one, right?
Yeah.
Not all wine is created equal. They're all made from grapes.
Yep.
Somebody has to have a more effective nutritional supplement. Somebody has to be number one, and this stuff is the best I have ever seen. And I used to work for one of their competitors. I don't hold stock in this company. I don't advise this company. Honestly, I'm not even sure I like some of the people that work for this company, but they are extremely effective nutritional supplements, and you're wasting your money if you take anything else.
Sassy Minnesota girl said, I might try the foot plunge. What do you mean you might try the foot plunge? Suck it up and do it. Extreme Diecast said, Thailand and Laos practice water healings. Martin's WB said, I use nitric oxide.
Nitric oxide is not an essential nutrient. Nitric oxide will increase your blood pressure, but it's managerial. It's not curative.
Right.
You don't have high blood pressure because you have a nitric oxide deficiency, right? You have high blood pressure because your body has run out of calcium and magnesium. There are other things that can cause it, but the first, second, and third things to consider is your body just has run out of the stuff it needs to keep your circulation healthy. And the first thing to consider in that scenario is not enough calcium, not enough magnesium. And by the way, the doctors that tell you never to take a calcium supplement have their heads so far up their ass they can't see daylight, and you should not pay any attention to them whatsoever.
And Benji 1959 said, which magnesium compound? Bobby said, magnesium question. I have heard of many different magnesium compounds. I know it's important.
Yeah, so it is. But here's the deal. We do not practice fractionated nutrition, which would be run out to the grocery store, get a bottle of magnesium and swallow a bunch of pills, or get a bottle of calcium and swallow a bunch of pills, or get a bottle of vitamin C or vitamin D or whatever. We don't do that. The reason that we don't do that is because we lean on the wisdom of the body. The body knows how to fix itself. The body wants to fix itself. The body's trying to fix itself, but it needs raw materials. There are 90 essential nutrients that the human body needs. Magnesium and calcium are 2 of them. But if you just give magnesium and calcium, you're missing out on the other 88, and you're going to get piss poor results. So in order for the magic to happen, the metabolic magic to happen, you give your body all 90 essential nutrients, which includes a bioavailable form of calcium and magnesium. So you don't have, all the work has been done for you. All the heavy lifting has been done for you. All the research has been done for you. All the clinical verification has been done. All you have to do is buy the stuff and swallow it, for goodness sakes. And that's why we get remarkable results. I just had a testimonial the other day. There was a woman, she was legally blind. And within 90 days of doing this program, her vision is now 20 over 30, or 30 over 20 or something.
Incredible. Magic just said, I just joined. Thank you, Doc. John Gwynn said, tangy tangerine. Yes. So the program that we're talking about is Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Ultimate OsteoFX, and Ultimate EFAs. And you can get all 3 in the Healthy Start Pack. Go to my website, click on Get My Supplements. Doc, do you by any chance have those codes ready?
I can pull them up here in a minute.
Well, it's not a big deal. I'm just in case people want to make it easier. Extreme Diecast wants to know, do you know about anything for circulation?
Yeah, the 90 essential nutrients and eliminate the 12 bad foods. One of the biggest confounders of circulation in the body is chlorine in the water. So if you have chlorine in your water, you need to stop drinking it yesterday get a different type of water or get a really good filter that removes the chlorine. Because chlorine will clog your arteries if you drink it on a continuous basis. Another thing that clogs the arteries or makes circulation difficult is lack of nutrients. I mean, this is not rocket science. If your car needs 8 quarts of oil and you've got 1, the engine's gonna seize. Nothing wrong with the engine, just needed more oil. You run out of power and steering fluid, you can't turn the wheel. Nothing wrong, you just ran out of fluid. Your tires need 30 pounds of air, you've got 10, they're gonna roll off the rim. Nothing wrong with the tire, it didn't have enough air. Well, if your body doesn't have enough calcium, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, all the 90 essential nutrients, something's gonna break. It's not because you have a bad gene, and it's not because you're getting older, it's not because of a voodoo curse. It's because you have a really bad doctor who isn't trained in any of this, has no idea of any of this, and your body has simply run out of the stuff that it needs because the stuff that your body needs to work is no longer in the food. And that was done on purpose. The food that you're eating is designed to make you sick. So you have high blood pressure, which is a nutrient deficiency disease. You go to the medical doctor and they throw a drug at it. Does that fix the problem? No, it manages the problem. And then 2 years later, it stops working. So they have to increase the dose or add a second or a third high blood pressure drug. And it's nuts.
Well, it's the same
It's
principle,
complete-
Doc, in my opinion, of when your body gives you a symptom for whatever that is ailing it, it would be the equivalent of a car's engine light coming on and you just cutting the wire to the engine light so that you don't see it. I mean, really, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that check engine light comes on, you just put black tape over it. Oh, you
Yeah.
can't see that.
It works for a little bit.
Exactly. Glenn said, my daughter wants to do what Dr. Glidden does. Any advice for his daughter, Doc?
Man, I wish I had good advice. So the naturopathic medical schools, there's only 3 of them in the United States right now. There's 1 in Canada. And they have all gone to the dark side. They stopped teaching naturopathic medicine right around the turn of the century. They teach this watered down green allopathic bullshit now. And the school that I went to, Bastyr University, which was the flagship of naturopathic medicine back in the day, just declared bankruptcy. And they fired all the administrators. And they rehired the guy that started the university back in the day, Dr. Joe Pizzorno. Now, Pizzorno is trying to bring Bastyr University out of, bankruptcy into the light of vitalistic naturopathic medicine, but it's too early to see how that's going. So regretfully, right now, there's no place in the world anybody can go to study naturopathic medicine that's any good.
That's got to change. That has got to change. John Gwynn said, if you hear hooves, it's probably a horse. 100% I agree. There were several people that have asked for the names of those supplements again. If you go to samshalhoub.com, click on Get My Supplements, that'll take you to the website. Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Beyond OsteoFX, and Ultimate EFAs. Those are the 3 basics that you want to get, and probably plant-derived minerals, right, Doc?
Yes, sir. And I'm going to give you those product code numbers in just a second.
Kathleen Garcia said, I'm not able to access Dr. Glidden's site. Well, again, go to samshalhoub.com, Kathleen, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner. That'll take you to his site.
Okay, so here are the product ID codes, because it's much easier to search the product site with the product codes than to type in the name. Okay, it's not my website, by the way. This is a different website entirely, and so it's much easier if you do it this way. So the 90 essential nutrients is secured with these combination of these 2 products. The first product ID number is 10282Q, like Queen. 10282Q, like Queen.
Dave, can you put that in the chat?
10282Q, like Queen, and the second one is 13203. 13203. Get one of each of those, and you will thank me for the rest of your life.
Doc,
No kidding.
Donna Fox said, "What is your opinion on statins?"
I am of the opinion that Alzheimer's is a physician-created disease caused mostly by statin drugs. There's no relationship between high cholesterol and heart disease. It does not exist. You've been lied to about that. And the physicians that promote the use of statin drugs are intellectually lazy. They're not paying attention to the research. All they're doing is paying attention to the party line and the standard of care that their employer, the hospital, demands that they follow. You know, free thinking in medicine has gone the way of the dodo bird, unless you're a naturopathic doctor. It's one of the worst drugs. Well, it's the statin drugs and antacids are neck and neck for their net negative effects on human health.
And
You
Doc,
should
Jan
immediately
just
stop taking statin drugs.
speaking about the second one. Jan said, "What's your opinion on heartburn?"
Well, heartburn is another perfect example of conventional medical idiocy. The medical doctor will tell you that heartburn is caused by too much stomach acid, but they can't explain the mechanism through which your stomach makes too much stomach acid. How the hell does that happen? Why does all of a sudden your stomach make too much acid? How does that happen? Really hard for the body to make too much of anything. Easy for the body to make not enough of something. Why? Because it's run out of the raw materials to do that. I mean, pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science. So to make a really complex metabolic cascade understandable, heartburn is caused by a deficiency in hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid deficiencies are caused by, wait for it, deficiencies in salt and calcium. Now, who told you to go on a salt-restricted diet? Your medical doctor did. Even though Harvard University in the 1950s proved there was no relationship between normal amounts of salt and high blood pressure, it doesn't exist. But if you are on a salt-restricted diet, you will have weak stomach acid. And weak stomach acid causes the little valve at the top of your stomach to open up. And so the weak stomach acid squirts up into your throat and you have heartburn. And your medical doctor gives you a proton pump inhibitor, which completely obliterates all the acid in your stomach. Now, do you think that's a good idea? It's not. Because now your stomach can't digest any nutrients out of the food that you just swallow because there's no acid. So the longer that you're on an antacid, the more nutrient deficient you become, even if you eat 3 square meals a day, because your body can't pull the nutrients out of the food because it doesn't have the acid to do it. Well, it's the perfect storm. So salt-restricted diets and antacids accelerate nutrient deficiency diseases, which are the root cause of all disease. And statin drugs dry your brain up so you can't think anymore. 90% of the part of the brain that's affected by statin drugs, or 90% of the part of the brain that's inculcated with Alzheimer's is made from cholesterol.
Yeah.
So when you dry cholesterol up, you can't think straight.
Myelin, right, Doc?
Isn't that another reason for migraines is lack of salt?
Yes, lack of salt and also lack of calcium and magnesium. They all go hand in hand, and sometimes, yeah, so the answer is yes. You need to eat salt every day. Get a good, my favorite, don't get mined salt. I'm not a big fan of that. Get ocean salt. And just salt your food so that it tastes good. And then put a little more on it. Your body will tell you when you've had too much.
Hey, Lord Bullion's here. Hey, Lord. Kathleen Garcia said, "So do I stop my blood pressure meds?"
Well, I don't know whether you have high blood pressure. You have to get a home blood pressure cuff. You have to take your blood pressure every day for a week, 3 times in a row between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. on an empty stomach. See what your numbers are, and then start to wean off of your blood pressure meds under the supervision of a pharmacist and look to see what happens to your blood pressure numbers. If the blood pressure numbers start to go off, you get the Healthy Foundation pack and 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals. You eliminate the 12 bad foods and watch your blood pressure numbers come down, because 83% of the time they will.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. So we're way over on time. Dr. Glidden, as always, thank you for being here. Now, I want to repeat this one more time. Dr. Glidden has graciously offered our community, if you go to samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner, you can purchase a 1-year membership to his website at 50% off. It's only good until midnight, and the code for that 50% off is CURE, capital C-U-R-E. And then
Capital C, lowercase u, lowercase r, lowercase e.
Excellent. Thank you so much for doing that, Doc. And as always, thank you for taking the time to be here with us. We will see you next Friday.
I look forward to it, Sam.
Stay
Thanks
off
a lot.
that
See you
ankle.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Doc. All right, everybody. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. So that we've come to the end of the show today. We did not hit our goal, so we won't be dancing today. Hey, John Gwynn, thank you for the happy Friday. But so let's go to final thoughts, Dave. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. Trump's scheduled today. He 10 a.m. He received some intelligent briefing. He attends the FIFA World Cup drawing, and at 3 o'clock today, the president signed some executive orders. So there'll be some fireworks happening over Washington D.C. I'm sure. We'll see what tonight and tomorrow bring.
Giddy up is all I can say.
That's
So
right.
let me do some some thank yous here. Charlie, John Gwynn, Benji 1959, Mary Lise Brown, Laura McCrary, Kathleen Garcia, Sassy Minnesota Girl, Pureblood Holly Johns, David, Wendy J, Squiggly 77, Lisa Piquel, Glenn, Best Line Racing, John Langloy, Nut, Chris Romano, Dobermom 79, Blondie, and the list goes on. Thank you all for the gifts. So that's it for today, everybody. Everybody, I hope, as we always say, there's going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be challenges. That's just life. But just keep in mind that the best is yet to come. All right, everybody. Dave, thanks as always. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time.